Welcome back to NFL Kings. Thank you all for joining us today as we break down the Week 12 matchup between the New York Giants and the Cincinnati Bengals. This will be one of our best bets of the week, and you will very much see why. After looking at, weather shouldn't be much of a factor in this game. We do rank the Giants just a few slots ahead of the Bengals. Although the Bengals are fading and the Giants are kind of moving up, I would say trending toward the other way. Do just barely edge the Giants in this, but we have it much higher than the 52% that they project. The injuries are going to play a huge factor in this game. The fact that the line has not moved more is almost a little bit surprising. Oops. Yeah, it's at -6 right now. And at -6, I think they're covering that easy, first of all. But I would personally recommend it at -2.5 for the Giants. That's a little bit more comfortable teaser for me personally, just in case some weird stuff happens. Because the Giants do not have the greatest offense, obviously, at 19.5 points per game. But they've been doing better lately at 18th in the league lately. And then they've been doing better as well, top 10 the last three as well, in not giving up points. And they're top 12 in the whole league in not giving up points, right? So that's not that bad. Like their defense is not that bad in not the greatest in yards. So like more of a bend but don't break type defense for the Giants. And you kind of notice that probably in red zone scoring percentage. They're top 10 in red zone defense. That's pretty damn good. Unfortunately, the red zone offense is horrible, but so is the Bengals, and that's with Joe Burrow. And the red zone defense is atrocious. They're basically one of the worst in the league. So I mean that could easily, easy advantage there for the Giants. That is a big one. Obviously, knowing the injury factor with Burrow being out, they can't stop the run without Reader. They're not going to be able to do. I mean, look at the rushing yards they've given up. They're getting worse at 142, but they give up 136 a game. Like, that's a big problem for a team that's actually top 10 lately and doing much better rushing the ball. And the run defense is actually very good as well. And Gio might also be out. So they could be down a quarterback. They could be down a running back. They're basically going to require Brandon Allen to have a great day to win this game. And, he's played okay for Denver last year in relief, but does anybody actually think he's good? No. No, because he's not. He's not good. He's not good. He's horrible. He's horrible, folks. I'm sorry. He's a backup quarterback for a reason. Like he was on the practice squad like 4 days ago for a reason. Okay, he's just not worthy of a NFL roster spot, honestly. Graded out pretty horribly in the starts that he did have last year in Denver. Do not expect him to have a good day. This front is actually playing really well. Their front three is doing extremely well, both against the run, especially. Their edge rushers aren't great, unfortunately, but they do get pressure up front, and that's really one of the weaknesses is of this Cincinnati offensive line is at those guard positions. Those guards are not good. The right tackle was horrible. Jonah's playing pretty well. He's pretty much the anchor of that offensive line. And they obviously have some pretty good receivers out there for Allen to be able to make some plays. However, Bradbury's grading out as one of the better corners in the league. Gosh, Isaac Yiadom cut by Denver. Not playing that bad, though. That's so funny. Blake Martinez is playing well. Jabrill's doing okay. I mean, just the matchup definitely favors the Giants' defense. Honestly, the under for the Bengals might be in play too. I'm not sure how many points the Bengals are going to score in this game. I don't expect it to be that many. Looking at the other side of the ball, I mean, Daniel Jones is actually playing pretty well. He's grading out as one of the top 15 quarterbacks in the league right now, which is not that surprising. He's a pretty good quarterback, actually. A little bit more underrated than people think. They just don't have that many weapons right now. But the receivers are actually grading out pretty decently. Going against some bad corners, I mean, William Jackson's not bad, but like, what? Bates is grading out as the number one free safety in football right now. that's impressive in coverage. Extremely impressive. He's saving them in the back end. Wow, having a great year. Good for him. Unfortunately, their front is going to get pooped on probably. Not that the Giants' offensive line is not good though, folks. I mean, it's not good. I mean, he's horrible too. Shaq Lawson might have a decent day. Going against Andrew Thomas, Fleming. I mean, their defensive line is so bad though. Like I don't know if they can get the push. Wayne Gallman's been playing really well for them. The Giants as well. You know, the matchups aren't like great, just because the offensive line for the Giants is probably the biggest weakness of the New York Giants. It's just some major question marks along the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals are basically playing backups in every spot outside of like safety and a couple corners. Like that defensive front and Shaq Lawson is playing well for them. Like that, I don't see much otherwise. Oh no, did I say Shaq Lawson? Carl Lawson. Yeah, like that's, and he's not great either, but he's playing decent. He might have a decent day against Andrew Thomas though. I don't know. I don't see that. Like they're running the ball pretty well. They're gonna really struggle to stop Daniel Jones rushing. I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be all over Jones's rushing prop probably in this game. It's gonna be a real tough day for him there, or for the Bengals to be able to stop him. Let's see, any other major factors? Penalties, yeah, poorly penalized team, pretty good not penalized. They also force a lot of penalties, and it's kind of middle of the pack there. Oh, they don't force a lot of penalties from the other team though. Interesting. Neither team really does though. 40 yards a game. It should be a lower penalized game overall, I would think. But the Bengals are probably going to have quite a few penalties. Giveaways are about the same for both teams. Mind you, this is all with Joe Burrow. Like, these numbers are going to go down with Brandon Allen, not up, folks. And, like, these trends, they're going to go down for them. And these are some great spread trends. Look at that. Look at that. They're killing it against the spread. And so are the Bengals, obviously. They've been killing it all year against the spread. A lot of the numbers, though, for the Bengals are so skewed because you're talking about a team that has no real starting quarterback. I'm sorry. Like, Brandon Allen's going to be probably the worst quarterback going into the day, if I could think of. Yeah, there's really no quarterback I would... Yeah, there's no quarterback I would take ahead of Brandon Allen. Like, he's definitely going to be the worst quarterback of the day. Like, he might play well. He had a couple decent days, but they're not throwing the ball more than 10 yards down the field. Are you kidding me? If they do, it might be picked. If they're going to try to throw the ball down the field, I mean, he has some weapons at least, but, like, you can't tell me that Denver didn't have some weapons last year to throw to. I mean, Cortland Sutton was healthy. They had some weapons to throw to. It was when Noah Fant was healthy. Like, they had some weapons when he was playing. It was just more about he's just not that good. Like, let's be honest. And the Bengals coaching staff is not good either. So you pair those two together. Like, what are they going to do? Like, do they really think that all of a sudden he's going to carry them? You know, like Joe Burrow was carrying this team to any sort of relevancy. They're basically leaving them out to dry. They have the Giants game is pretty much the only game they have a potential to win, which is hilarious because I honestly think this is the one game they have no shot of winning. They're not beating Baltimore, Pittsburgh. I actually think they could beat Miami a lot. 27.6, that's insane, dude. Has anybody actually seen Miami play football? Who are you taking, Daniel Jones or Tua? You're taking Daniel Jones. And the rosters are almost identical. Like, they're not good rosters. They're both decent rosters. You'd actually take the Giants' overall roster, you just take the corners for Miami. That's pretty much it. That's the only area where Miami actually has better players, is that the cornerback position. And no, you really can't see the offensive line. You could, I guess, a couple spots along the front, but like Miami's offensive line is not good. They got annihilated for a reason in that game against Denver. Like, they did not block anybody. They couldn't block anybody because anybody that has a decent front against Miami or the Giants are going to be able to get home all day. The matchups just do not favor some of these teams. Houston. Yeah. So based upon the numbers, the matchups, injury factors, everything kind of taken into account, the numbers definitely scream Giants to win this game. Obviously, some minor factors that could kind of limit them. They struggle. Here's per play. They both struggle. So, I mean, in the areas where the Giants struggle, the Bengals are worse. And like that's not good. And where the Giants are actually good, the Bengals are not good. So like that, like literally, there's not a single category, if you notice, that they're like a top five. Literally, you could say time of possession, but that was with Joe Burrow, and that was with them being better on third down lately. This number is on the season. Their third down last 3 years better than that. The only way they win this game is like turnovers somehow from like if they lose by 2 on the margin, maybe the Bengals could be in the game. Like that's how big of a difference I feel on the Giants right here. Just like the numbers do not look good for the Bengals in this matchup. It's going to be tough for them. Without Joe Burrow, it's going to be even tough. I mean, with Joe Burrow, I would have said, maybe this is probably a pick'em game. With the factor of the other injuries, definitely leaning toward the Giants overall, having a better day. But yeah, no, it's Giants, and it's Giants all the way. And maybe we even teaser the under here, put it up to like 50 and a half or something like that, and then teaser the under there. The only thing is the weather is pretty good, so it might, they might be able to score some decent points. Definitely all over that rushing prop for Daniel Jones, especially if you do a teaser rushing prop on like MGM or something like that's all day. I feel like he's rushing for at least 30 to 40 yards in this game. Probably closer to 60, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes quite a few plays with his legs. Those linebackers aren't going to be able to tackle him. Safeties aren't going to be able to tackle him. They don't have a front that can stop him, maintain him in the pocket, keep him in the pocket, or get really pressure on a consistent basis. It's going to be tough for them against Daniel. Just he should be able to make some good plays. Plus, they're competing for the division. This game means a heck of a lot more to the Giants than it does to the Bengals. These teams are going to be playing like that, or I expect that to also play a factor as well. And then the demoralizing factor of losing Joe Burrow. That's got to be absolutely devastating for this Bengals roster. These players are going to come out and they can play hard, but I think any sign of, Giants get up 2 touchdowns and this game is going to end up being a blowout. So like that's kind of where I see it. We do like Giants money line, obviously. Giants minus 2.5. Giants minus 6 is like a little scary because there are some factors that can obviously play against them, and we looked at those numbers. But really, unless they lose the turnover margin by 2, they should easily cover the 6. That's definitely one of our picks of the week. We do recommend pairing it with a few other things, potentially the Raiders, maybe Cleveland, maybe, and definitely the Seattle Seahawks. So if you'd like to take a look at the breakdowns, we're going to have breakdowns for all 4 of those games, as those are our 4 parlay teaser of the week, recommended bet of the week. So good luck to all of you in your Week 12 matchups. I thank you all for watching NFL Kings Week 12 breakdown of the the New York Giants at the Cincinnati Bengals, and be sure to hit that subscribe button for more content like this, as we will be uploading more and more content each and every week. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.